Hey YouTube, how's it going? Well, it's a pretty good morning today. I actually have to look. It's like Friday. Oh, how about that? How time flies. I could have sworn it was Thursday. It's a good thing I looked. Anyway, I got woke up this morning about 5 or 6, I think it was. And normally I really don't like that kind of thing, but this morning was pretty good. Because what woke me up was a blast of thunder from a lightning strike that had to be really close by. It was one of those, it shakes the house and rattles the windows kind of things. And so I got to enjoy a really nice thunderstorm this morning. It didn't last a super long time, but it was good. And so far it seems to be making for cooler temperatures today. We'll see if that actually lasts. Meanwhile, I'm getting ready to get busy doing the editing work on episode 240 of my Minecraft adventure, and then after that I'm going to have some writing to do, both my usual kind and also some writing within Minecraft, because with the 1.3 update, Minecraft now has books that you can write in. And I'm going to be writing at least 1 or 2 or something like that to put in my world for people who download the world. And since the world is going to be available for download after episode 250 is uploaded, I've only got 10 episodes to go, so I really need to get cracking with that writing. It would have been nice if those writable books had been available a lot sooner, but oh well. Meanwhile, I'm off to do some editing. And so here we are, what is it, a day later. It's still morning, technically, and I've got the next episode of Flying with TFC uploading. I just got that started. And that one I'm doing a rendezvous and docking maneuver with the International Space Station. And it does get to be a little bit suspenseful, because I managed to run very low on fuel, and at one point there is some serious concern as to whether there will be enough to complete the task. Anyway, the day proceeds. Yesterday actually turned out to be doing pretty good. I got 3 things written. None of them were my paid writing, but I did get them written. And there were some good things. I got the latest part in the Jupiter mission story written, and I'll have a link for that in the description as well. In fact, I may go ahead and link to all the parts of it so far, because the last time I did that, I left several parts out. Anyway, see about that. And speaking of the orbiter videos and whatnot, if you like the orbiter videos, then I got something else for you. My brother's doing a series of videos. He just started it recently, in which he is using Flight Simulator to do flights to all 50 states in 50 flights. And I think it promises to be interesting. And if you like the orbiter videos, if you like Flight Simulator, do check that out. There will be a link to that in the description as well. He's a little bit new to gaming videos and, you know, recording voice while doing the game or whatever. And that kind of shows a little bit in the videos, but still, what he's got is good, and it will only get better. So, in the meantime, while that upload proceeds, I'm going to do the one thing I can do, and that is to get busy with some more writing. And so, another day goes by in which I meant to get a lot of things done, and didn't really accomplish much of any of them. I'm not exactly sure how it works out that way, but it does. And it's not out of being lazy or not wanting to do it, because the things that I really needed to get done, I wanted very much to do. And I still want to do them, and I'm going to try anyway. But first, I'm going to do something that I haven't done for actually quite a long time. I'm going to make a batch of chocolate chip cookies. Why? Because I want them, that's why. You remember I said a little while ago I was going to make some cookies and then play Minecraft? Well, I got the cookies in there and I was reading something while I waited for them to get done. And a whole pan of a dozen cookies burned. They are carbonized, totally useless. So now I am going to try again, but I'm going to wait a little while because at the moment I'm going to open a can of banana cream pie filling. And I don't care whether that's a good idea or not. Welcome to the site of a disaster. We see here the dismal results of not one but 2 attempts to make myself a batch of cookies because I just plain wanted to have them. I haven't made cookies in a long time, and this has probably been the single worst attempt or single worst failure at such an attempt in a very long time. These things are pure carbon. I don't know if you can see this, so I will bring the camera over. And look at that. Charred black. They are completely and totally useless. I wouldn't feed these to somebody I hated. I have never had a failure like this in making cookies before. Never. I put these things in and 7 or 8 minutes later I looked up because I smelled something burning and I realized it was the cookies. There was smoke curling out of the oven. And no, I didn't have it set too high. I had it set to 350 degrees like you're supposed to. And I don't know what the heck's going on. I have never had that happen before. I mean, I've made them a little bit crunchy on occasion because I sort of forgot about them a little bit, but never charred black like this. And this is 2 dozen cookies, totally wasted. I still have some more of the batter, but at this point, I don't think I want to try to do anything with it. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and try again tomorrow, or maybe the day after. It's ridiculous. But, what can I say? The whole last couple of days has been sort of like that in a way. There's been a bunch of things I've wanted to do, things that I actually wanted to do, mind you. Not that I felt I had to, but that I wanted to. And I haven't been able to get any of them done. Now, I'm just going to completely veg out. I'm going to make some coffee, because I think I can manage to do that without destroying it. And then I'm going to sit back and I'm going to watch some orbiter videos on YouTube. And I'm going to veg out, I'm going to go to sleep, and then when I wake up, I'm going to try to get some Minecraft recorded. And let's see if I can manage to do that without having a disaster happen. Oh boy. Meanwhile, I'm going to take these and throw them into the big trash bin, which, by the way, I did manage to get filled up this time. And tonight, before I go to sleep for the night, it is going down to the street. Alright. Meanwhile, it's time to make some coffee. Well, things have started to turn around a little bit and go a little bit better. Which means that I actually got a whole Minecraft episode recorded and it's rendering. So something finally actually worked. Fighting with that other stuff for quite a while and not getting anywhere with it. And I got to thinking, what can I do there won't be an epic fail. And it occurred to me that people have been after me for a long time to get back into doing the cooking on video again. And so, that's what I'm doing. As a matter of fact, I need to do something else before I finish doing this part. And what that other thing is I need to get this sausage going, because it is a key ingredient in this thing. Now, this particular thing does not have any kind of a name. It's just something I throw together. Something that I throw together out of whatever happens to be available, which means the recipe is never really quite the same twice. So I'm going to break this up a little bit. Okay, that's not broken up pretty good, but it'll improve. Set it over here on a medium-ish heat. And I use the back burner on the stove because the front burners don't work. They're totally buggered. So, while the sausage is beginning to get cooked up and browned or whatever, I don't know why they say browned, because to me, when you cook that stuff up, it turns kind of a flat gray. I've never seen it turn brown except when you burn it. Anyway, while that's going, dicing up a good bunch of cabbage here. This is a sort of kind of almost wannabe stir-fry thing. And it's about the best I can do for a more veggie intense kind of dish. Cabbage sort of makes up the bulk of it. You know, it's a good filler to fill the thing with. And yeah, you can probably tell that my knife is desperately in need of sharpening. And it is. But it will still do the job as long as I'm careful with it. Okay, cabbage, about half a medium onion. And I found some red onions at the store cheap the other day. If I can get the end to cut off without rolling the thing all over creation. There. There. Okay. Just cut this in half. I'm just going to use half of it. That up. And by the way, I do not have the classic problem of cutting onions make my eyes tear. It doesn't happen. And that's because of the way that I cut them. And as a matter of fact, one of my earlier videos, and I'll link it in the description, was a a demonstration of how to cut onions without tears. And in my experience, works every time. All right, be back when that sausage is ready. All right, this sausage is definitely ready. And what I'm going to do here, I'm going to drain it. I'm going to just dump it into this strainer and let the grease drip out of it. I like the sausage, but I don't particularly want to consume 9 tons of grease. So I will set it in there. Grease will drip out of it, collect in that pan, and I will get rid of it another time. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I'm going to hit this with a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Turn my heat up on the burner. Start by throwing in a few stalks of celery that I've diced up, along with the red onion, the onion, and the cabbage. All right. Always dropping stuff on that burner. All right. Stir. And I may throw some butter into that just because I like the flavor. And let's see. What am I going to throw into this spice-wise? There we are. We have here some white pepper and some Italian seasoning. If I can open the right side of it, I might actually get some out of it. And finally, we'll hit this with some dill weed. A generous amount because I like that too. And let's see. Just for giggles, let's throw in some curry powder. Course, pepper and some salt. And yes, I'm going to have to hit that with some butter, both for the taste and also to prevent any burning accidents. I've had enough of those lately. So, cut off a few pats of butter on there. Alright, we'll make it 4. Alright, this back to the cold. Alright, now all I have to do is keep an eye on this, give a little bit of a stir now and then, and turn the heat down so that it doesn't burn.
And I'll be back in a bit. Alright, this stuff is pretty much almost done. It's been in here kind of simmering. It's stirred every now and then, about 10-15 minutes, something like that. You can't be in a hurry with this because the way you can tell that it's ready is that the celery isn't quite such a crunch. The onions have started to go clear, the cabbage is softening up a little bit, and the celery is softening up a little. And that's important when your teeth are as bad off as mine are. So now we add this thoroughly drained sausage back in here. Give it a good mix. And really, that's it. This sucker is ready to serve up. And now, I think I'm going to stop the video, and I am going to serve some of that up, and I'm going to have me something to eat. And so here it is, the next morning, Tuesday morning I believe, although I'm not quite sure yet because I'm just barely awake. And the dish that you saw me prepare in the last segment was really good, and I'm looking forward to some of that for breakfast as well. And I have been sort of awake long enough to find out that I have like 8 assignments or so, writing assignments to take care of. So I'm going to work on that this morning after I get this video edited. While this video is rendering, I will work on those. And my goal is to get at least 4 of them taken care of today before I start up Orbiter or Minecraft for the first time today. And that will be good because for the last 2 or 3 months I've had this really bad habit of waiting until like 12 to 24 hours before the deadline to do them. And that's just no good. So I'm going to get working on that. And so on. And we'll see what kind of trouble we can come up with for the next episode. I will throw one little bit in here because I thought it was funny as all get out. I had this really strange dream in which Q, the personality in some of my videos that likes to threaten to turn people into toilet brushes, that person suddenly came in one day in the dream, and he says his usual line, "Get me some coffee, boy, or I'll turn you into a toilet brush." And my response to him was pretty good, I think, because I said, "I'm sorry, we're fresh out of coffee, boys. Would you like a coffee, girl?" To which he replied, "You're being silly, stupid." And my immediate response, without missing a beat, was, "You're being stupid, silly." Maybe it was a you had to be there kind of thing, but I thought it was funny. Anyway, take it easy. I'm out of here.